Welcome back to NJ.com. Jackie Friedman here with the Star Ledger's girls soccer expert Gregg Lerner. Our show here tonight is devoted to parity, except for this first game we're going to talk about. Lenape actually may be a step above everyone else.
You know what? I seem to think that they are. What a real treat it was Wednesday night to go down and watch that game. The level that they play at. The score was 1-0. They beat Paul VI, and Lenape obviously number 1. Paul VI at the time was number 3. There's just no weaknesses on the field. And, you know, I've hinted at it in different blogs and previews and stuff. The one thing people keep asking, like, how are they doing this? As a Group 4 team, they've won 4 straight, Group 4 state championships. They finished at the top in the top 20. And, lo and behold, as much as you talk about Katie Rigby, the senior forward, you got it. Then all of a sudden you look at this other kid, like, who's this kid? Oh, that's Lizzie Kinkler. She's a freshman, and she plays on the national team.
They're always just rebuilding.
Right, and it's like, my God, it never stops with them. But beyond the names that you always hear, like, the Rigbys, the Tori Prager, who had the goal in that game, the thing that I noticed, and it was great because so many people were into that game. There was a lot of coaches there from South Jersey, a lot of fans from other schools. And, as you're walking out, you want to converse with people, like, their impressions and stuff. The goal was as much a part of just pure hustle as it was any technical or tactical ability. Balls played down wide. Emmy Duffy, who looked like she was shot out of a cannon, the speed that she had going down that wing, she just pulls away from the defender who's marking her, angles and cuts a ball to the middle. Now, it looks like it's going to roll out of bounds, but then, lo and behold, Rochelle Ross comes over to the touchline, saves it, and you thought, okay, and then she plays it back to Prager, and Prager finishes it. So as much as the goal was a well-placed, well-struck ball, what I thought was really cool was Tori Prager said, I didn't do anything on that. That was Ross, what she did. And it was a little thing like that little subtlety in the game that makes a difference.
They come to work.
Right, but it's those subtleties during the course of a match that allow Lenape to beat a team of Paul VI caliber, who's nothing to sneeze at by any stretch of the imagination. Sure. But then you have Rachel Johnson, who marked up Brittany Radcliffe from Paul VI, and I had a picture on Twitter, like she was behind her. I shouted her the whole game. She looked like a wallet in her back pocket. And they can do that. They can take one defender and mark you out. And there's no arrogance to it. It's just the faith and confidence they have in their players to address an assignment and carry it out. And they have so many people like that can do that. So Lenape, really impressive. And Paul VI was very good as well. But Lenape, I think, right now is a step above everybody else.
Well, here's some teams that did surprise you over the past week. Kearny beat Westfield.
How about
you didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming. But again, it speaks to the dangerousness of these teams. Now, if I'm correct, Scotch Plains had beaten Kearny rather handily maybe a few days before that. And here's Westfield, the team that's recognized as the best team in Union County at the time, okay? But there's not a large degree separating them from Scotch Plains, New Providence, Governor Livingston, whatever. And Kearny beats them 1-0, Melissa Pineda gets a goal off an assist from Mercedes Lewis, and Kearny wins the game 1-0. It's a great result. Kearny's 4-1. Westfield's now 4-1 after that. But then again, Westfield comes back today and beats Randolph, who was undefeated. So, like we said at the outset, Group 4 is loaded. Everybody's dangerous. Everybody's a player in this thing. And it promotes good soccer around the state. It gets everybody interested. Like, everybody's got a horse that they can stake on this one, in Group 4. So as good as Lenape is, and Lenape will be the first to tell you, they're not, like, walking up and thinking that their ticket's punched to CNJ. It's not. But Group 4 is dangerous. Absolutely dangerous.
Move over a little bit west. East Brunswick beats both Piscataway and South Brunswick, runs that little gauntlet this week. Yeah,
absolutely, and that's a tough gauntlet, man. Clint Eastwood would have a hard time maneuvering through that. That's a really bad reference to an 80s movie. Go back and Google it. The thing with East Brunswick that really stood out for me is that here are the two teams that have been trying to threaten their seat at the throne. And I think that people were starting to think that maybe they were vulnerable. Well, guess what? Apparently not. They beat Piscataway 3-0 last week. They beat South Brunswick 3-2 today. They've laid the stake that they're the team that beat Middlesex County.
And then we also have another shocker. Freehold Boro beats RBC.
Yeah, it's a shocker from the standpoint that RBC was number 2 in the state, and we had invested in them as being one of the best teams in the state. And I'm not saying that they're not, but again, it goes to show that even a team like Freehold Boro, who's a very good team, very good defensively, they can sting you on their best day. And if you don't happen to have your best game against them, they can make you pay for it, and they did. Goals from Carly Coors and Haley Rice. That's a huge win for Freehold Boro. And again, RBC is one of those teams that they'll bounce back from that.
Sure. And you were out in the field today. We'll let you give a quick rundown of Mendham over Morris Knolls.
Yeah, Mendham wins 2-0 over Morris Knolls. the junior sisters, Paige and Devin Russell, both have a goal. Both assisted from Jamie Hofstetter in the middle. It's just a really cool dynamic to watch those two sisters play because there's different elements to their game. They're not identical in what they do. They look identical. Thank God they have uniforms because I wouldn't be able to tell them apart. But they have different dynamics, different elements to their game. Paige is the muscle end of the family. You could tell she likes to get physical on the ball. She's very aggressive. But Devin is more of a finesse and speed player. Mendham is a player to watch. I know that seeding meeting for the Morris County tournament is Wednesday, and it'll be interesting to see how things shake out up there because Mendham's only losses to Randolph. Randolph lost today. Kinnelon's going to throw their hat in the mix. They only have one loss to Bridgewater, so good luck at that meeting Wednesday night.
Exciting things ahead, so keep coming back to NJ.com and the Star Ledger. He's Gregg Lerner. I'm Jackie Friedman. We'll see you next time.